Today, we are going to be talking about 5 ways to handle conflict differently. But I did want to review a little bit from last week's live. Last week, we talked about mindfulness. So if you are on right now and you watched that last week about mindfulness and you practiced it, please let me know in the comments how that went for you. I'm checking my notes. So I woke up with this crick in the back of my neck, like between my shoulder blades. Has that ever happened to you? And it was pretty painful. So if my chiropractor is watching right now, know that I'm going to be calling you when this is done. Anyhow, I'm usually up before my boys, and today I wasn't because I was just slow moving and because of this pain. And I could hear the boys through their closed door, fighting. And I wanted to just get up and rip the door open and start yelling. And I thought, oh, God, in his infinite wisdom and grace. Hi, Stacy. I just saw that pop up. So I thought God in his infinite wisdom and grace knew that I wanted to talk to you guys today about 5 ways to handle conflict differently. So right as I was about to open that door and say, knock it off, I took a deep breath because that's number 1. So if you got my email yesterday, I listed out these 5 ways to handle conflict differently. And number 1 was take a deep breath. Seriously. Don't skip that because it makes all the difference in the world. So I'm just going to do it with you now. And I'm going to try again because I could see my shoulders moving. It needs to come more from your belly so you can truly relax. So first you take a deep breath so that you can focus on seeing the things that you want to see. Because when we're upset, we're always focused on what we don't want. So I thought, okay, I don't want them to be fighting. All right, let me take another deep breath. And what I want is for my boys to get along. I want to see them getting along. So I focused on what I wanted to see, and I opened the door. Instead of ripped it open, I opened the door more carefully and walked out. I moved closer to them and said, seems like your boys are having a hard time. So that kind of disarms them rather than me rushing in saying, what are y'all fighting about? So I said, seems like you boys are having a hard time. So they looked at me and said, yeah, well, he ate the last muffin. Well, it was my muffin. And, so we got to talk about those kinds of things. I was able to listen to them instead of thinking, I wish you would stop yelling and I have this pain in my back. So I smiled and said, yeah, this is rough. You really wish you would have had that muffin, your brother ate it, and that was frustrating. So we got to work that out. So those are the 5 ways to handle conflict differently. First, you take a deep breath. Really don't skip that step. Then you look for the behavior you want to see, not what you're seeing that you don't want to see. Then you move close to them. Really, it doesn't work if you're yelling across the room. Then you just empathize with them, saying, seems like you're having a hard time. You really wished. And then you smile and tell yourself, look, this is hard, but I can handle it. Really, that self-talk is important. So if you're not watching live and you're watching the replay, still write a comment, please, to tell me how this is working for you, if this is working for you, what you're struggling with. Next week, is the last Tuesday of the month. And every last Tuesday of the month, I am going to have a Q&A. So I will send out an email on Monday if you're on the email list. If not, you can get signed up here through the Facebook group. But I listed some questions that you might have, but certainly come with any questions that you do have, whether they're on the list or not. Challenge me. It should be fun. And I will do my best to answer your questions. And if you have any other needs, go ahead and comment or send me an email, and I'm here to help you connect. So I think that's all I have today. We're still under 5 minutes. Bye-bye.